Hey everyone, Jamie Field Jackson Auto Parts. Here it is, Wednesday, I think. I can't keep up with the days. Hadn't been out here since all this weather had took a turn. Worried about my old boy Barney, which he's got people that's supposed to be taking care of him, and I'm sure they do. But I came by his house and didn't see him anywhere, and was trying to get the gate open, and I seen him coming down the road. Well, here comes I had a guy really needing a truck part today, so I told him I'd come here and open up, and I see he's just now pulling in. So I'll get a little update here in a minute. So I've got the customer trying to ease back toward the Ford trucks. Barney, where'd you go? Barney, come here, man. Come here, big man. What you been doing, big man? I've missed you. I missed you. Have you missed me? Oh, my best friend. You're a good old boy anyways. You want some treats and some food? Okay, let me get you treats. So old Barney hasn't seen me in a few days, but and I couldn't see him nowhere up there, but somehow he knows when I go by. So I got him his can of food and brought it in the building here. Didn't I, Barney? Now eat it all, man. Don't be leaving no scraps. It'll freeze to the side, dog. I done turned it over to get you a clean side. You ought to be down here staying in this building unless you got a warmer place up there. You get back in there and curl up, man, and be living like the big times. Won't you, old man? Hey, Barney. Barney. Are we still best friends? Okay. Well, you know where those last few bites is at, I guess, if you want them. Oh, you gonna get you some snow? Well, that's probably a good thing. Just don't eat the yellow snow. Alrighty, so the customer got back there. The one truck that I told him about that was the closest didn't have what he needs. He needs the linkage for his four-wheel drive shifter in the floor of a 95-ish F-250. And so I told him where there was 96 at. He said it was in it. So they're back there going to try to take it out. And I'm going to try to... Barney, what are you doing over there, man? You can lay in there, that old insulation. I wouldn't be getting that stuff on me, dog. I've missed that old fart. I haven't been out here, I guess, since Saturday. Because the way the weather and stuff had got. Yeah, Barney, unless you're standing underneath John's old trailer up there, this might be a warmer spot for you. I don't know, buddy. And for those that says I ought to take him home, I can't do that. Number one, he's not my dog, even though I claim him. And number two, I live too close to the highway, and if he got confused and lost trying to get back out here, he'd end up getting hurt. So he ain't made it going on almost 18 years without being pretty smart. His old back legs and hips is getting bad on him when he walks, but he still had to come down here and see me. Ain't gonna take him a whiz. Barney done got to where he squats like a girl dog now when he pees. Oh, Barney, I'm about in the same shape you're in, buddy. So, not a whole lot going on out here. And I think Friday they're calling for another. Well, it depends on who you listen to. Some of them says 7 inches, some of them says 3. But then again, it wasn't even showing it's supposed to snow today, and it's snowing. And the guy that's back there come from Casey County, down in Liberty, he said it was like a blizzard down there, so who knows? I don't think that any of them truly knows. The more they get you scared, the more you go to the store and spend money, I guess. But I guess while I'm on here, let me get back to old Betty, because I got the heat running. But look at him. So I'm gonna throw this video kind of in the middle. So it ain't gonna make a lot of sense, I don't guess, because it's in the middle of what I've already done. But so I had the customer come, and I told him to not go to the left, and he went to the left. So I had to take Black Betty back there and pull him out. This GMC with bad tires had to show that Ford what it was made of. So then I'm heading home, and it's a buddy of mine. He says, "Hey man, I'm up here on your road, and phone him. He said, can you pull me out of this guy's driveway? And I know y'all can't maybe see, but there's a mobile home down there. And he's in a truck with a trailer behind it, slid plumb down in next to that guy's house. And he had a guy up here waiting for me on the road, and I said, dude, I am not backing my truck over that bank down in there. Well, it's four-wheel drive. I said, I don't care what it is. This is all I got to drive. I got a fractured back. I just need to get home and get back on the couch. And he's pulled all the way down in there with a freaking trailer up next to that single wide mobile home. I am not leaving the blacktop. If he can put together enough stuff to come up here and pull me out, I'll try it. You get out to try to help somebody fix their truck for a $20 part. I have now been gone for over 2 hours from the house for a $20 part. And I wonder why this guy kept blowing up my phone. It's because he's stuck. I can't believe he pulled down in there. This guy's driveway goes like, and then it levels out. And I should have took a video of it before I pulled up this close, but his Dodge truck's right up next to this guy's single wide trailer. I'm almost losing my patience being a good guy today. I'm gonna try to help him for a minute. You know, there's tow trucks. We'll probably make about $200 coming pulling this out, and I ain't gonna charge him if I can get him out of there. But I'm not gonna tear my truck up and get it stuck trying to help somebody that should have known better, that drove over a bank and down in there that far with a trailer behind him. I don't know how in the crap he thought he was going to back that some buck out of there, even if he does have four-wheel drive. People. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So I'll flip my camera around here just a smidge-ola. Yeah, this guy called me. It was sometime yesterday, or actually he might have left me a message a couple days ago. And we finally got together on the phone. And he's like, man, I got to get my four-wheel drive fixed. And I said, well, you know, this is what I'm here for, is to sell parts. It ain't an expensive part, but I know if my four-wheel drive wasn't working and somebody could help me out, then I would appreciate it. So I said, well, I'm going to open for you, but then as soon as you're done, I'm going back to the house. And so he's back there getting that, and hopefully it's the piece will work, and he can get his four-wheel drive fixed, because if it's more snow comes in, it's definitely going to be handy. But so to kind of update some of you all on my back issue, all right, so I had an MRI scheduled for the 23rd this month at 1:30, and so a lady from the hospital called me a couple days ago and said, hey, I can squeeze you in tomorrow, which was yesterday, at 2 o'clock, be here at 1:30. I said, okay. And then that night, my wife, me and her, we enjoy watching Randy Santel and his boo thing, his fiance Katina, on her channel is Katina Eats Kilos. They're food challenge people, and they both got, I don't know, she's probably got well over 1 million subscribers, and he might too. But anyway, we enjoy watching them take on these massive food challenges. Now, Randy's a big guy, and I'll post a picture of me and him here toward the end of this. Katina's like 5'2", but man, they can put away the food. So we always said, you know what, if they were close by, it'd be cool to meet them and go watch them in person. And so night before last, my wife comes in there, she's been on a treadmill. She said, oh my God, Randy's going to be right down the road at Eubank Pizza and taking on a challenge. And I was like, wow, that's wild, you know, because normally his videos will say, well, I'm going to be here and here and here. And he had a change come up and somebody he knew told him about this challenge. It was new. Nobody had beat it yet. It was almost 8 pounds of food. A couple pizzas, double cheeseburger, another big sandwich, fries, onion rings, all the works. So I was like, man, I wish I could get down there, but you know, it's supposed to be at 3, and so anyway, I go early. I get there a little after 1. Thinking, well, if I get there, do my paperwork, get in, and man, it's been in my medical file since back in the 90s. I got a pacemaker, but I do know technology has changed, and there's some MRIs that can do, you can do an MRI with a pacemaker. So I thought, well, sure to God, I know what they're doing. So I'm there filling out the paperwork, and she comes out, she's a friend of mine. She actually sang at mine and Crystal's wedding. she said, you got a pacemaker, right? I said, yeah. She said, we can't do it. Our MRI machine's not set up to handle that. She said, you would have to have it turned off, do the MRI, and then have it turned back on. I said, well, that's going to be kind of hard to do because my cardiologist is in Somerset. So she checked around, and another hospital, which is even further away, kind of had the one that they felt more comfortable with, but I'm still going to have it turned off. And I said, that's not going to work, unless my cardiologist can say they can get it done in Somerset, because Somerset's that way, Stanford is this way, and the other hospital was like way back that way. So they said, well, a CT scan will show better than the x-ray on your fracture. So I got away from the hospital earlier. The one good thing about it, I reconnected with a friend. We probably think it's been 30 years since we seen each other. We was like best friends. And so it was cool. We exchanged phone numbers, got to talk for a little bit. But anyway, so I leave the hospital and I go to Eubank. Get down there, and Randy hadn't got there yet, so I go in and order me something, and he gets there, and it takes a while to get set up, his cameras and stuff like that. So really a cool guy. He did beat the challenge. He had 45 minutes, and I think it took him almost 41 to eat it. But got to be in the video, which it'll be on YouTube. It might be a month, I don't know, because he does a lot of these. He's won a food challenge in all 50 states and in 44 countries. They travel all the time to different countries and stuff and do this. And so my wife was really more excited probably than I am. So wasn't a lot of people there, maybe a dozen or so, because it was like probably the time he started eating closer to 3:30-ish, and then it took him 41 minutes. So he was signing free pictures for people, and he had some shirts. I got Crystal one of his and one of Katina's that she could wear to the gym, and actually took him and her an Action Auto Parts shirt, because a lot of these challenges that they do, they get t-shirts to add to their collection. So I took him a couple Action Auto Parts shirts and told him, hey, we watch y'all, but here's my channel, which is nowhere near what y'all's are, but thought it was cool. So I got a picture of him holding my shirt up, and I said, man, would you? And I let everybody go first, being a gentleman, set him back, and he said, I said, man, could you do me a huge favor? And he said, what's that? I said, my wife really, really wanted to come down and meet you, and she couldn't get off from work. I said, if I FaceTime her, could you just say hi? And he said, yeah, get her on the phone. So I did. Tickled Crystal, even though she didn't have on no makeup and stuff. And but he talked to her for a few minutes, which was cool, because she really liked that. And he won his $78 meal for free, a sweet T-shirt, as they say. His name and picture will be on the Hall of Fame, which they just started, so it'll be the first one up. And a $25 gift certificate. Well, he lives out of Nashville a little bit, but they travel. He'll never be back in Eubank probably. So he would ask people, where are you from? And I lived the closest of the people that came. So he said, hang on, I'll give you this gift certificate. So I spent 40 on shirts, and he gave me 25 of it back in the gift card. So that was kind of my deal yesterday. It was cool, to get to meet him and watch him. He struggled. He said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not, but he's had over 1,300 successful victories in food challenges, and I don't have any losses, but kind of cool. Get to somebody that you watch on the internet, on YouTube all the time, and get to meet him, and him not that far from here. So he was leaving from there, going back to Mount Vernon, where his hotel was at. And Mount Vernon is a very small town, some of you know. And then he's going to Louisville today to do a food challenge. Florence, Kentucky tomorrow, and he said he's going to head back home for a little bit. So that was kind of my day yesterday. I didn't get to the MRI. I called in for my doctor a message to call in to the hospital to order a CAT scan, and they're going to try to get me in by the end of the week. It's just painful. I mean, I can sit in here, it's not terribly bad, but it's always something there. But then depending on how you move, it can get worse. So all of that being said, I'm still blessed by the best. I don't like snow, but it ain't up to me. I don't like having days that it's just impossible for me to make any money, because regardless of how much I make or I don't make, I still get an electric bill, still got a mortgage, all that kind of stuff. So it hurts a little bit. I got a little bit of money laid back, and hopefully that'll. I just turned down a good deal on a Chevy Colorado that I know I could make money on, but I'm like, I just don't want to run myself tight. I bought a Nissan Murano the other day, and it was really cheap. That's the only reason I bought it. Plus, you know, this girl needed it gone and needed to make her some money, and she's a good girl and stuff, and so, you know, she's pregnant, and so I bought it. It's cheap. I ain't even got to go get it yet. It may be another week before I go get it, but I ain't worried about it. I trust her, and it's not that far away. So I guess I'll wrap this one up. I really hadn't even planned on making nothing today, but since I did have to come out, and since I did get to see Barney, and since I did have an update on my back and get to meet Randy Santel, Atlas, if those of you that don't know, just look him at Katina up. His channel is just Randy Santel, Santel, Randy Santel, and then hers is Katina Eats Kilos. It's amazing to watch her more than him due to the difference in their size. That girl could pack away some food. She ain't big as a minute, but Randy's a big, good old boy, pretty good sized boy. And I'll put a picture in here in a little bit. So have a blessed one. Stay safe, stay warm. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. And Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, which I don't think it's going to now. I'll catch you on the next one.